All right, everybody. So I tweeted this out before we went live. This is probably going to be a very short show because of a couple of reasons. If you watch the second half, you know why. But also, there's a Monday night football game going on right now. So if you kind of see me glancing over every once in a while, and no, look, I'm not a big football guy at all. But when I saw that the Cowboys were playing the Buccaneers, I was like, I gotta watch that game. But the Suns Grizzlies game kind of interfered a little bit with that. So that's why this is going to be a short show. And again, if you watch the second half of the Suns Grizzlies game, you really didn't miss much, but there was a lot in the first half that I thought I would just go over. Again, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I don't want to waste too much of my time because I do want to watch this game and enjoy the rest of my Monday night. Happy Martin Luther King Day to all of you out there. This is a great day, a great holiday. And just, what this day represents is incredible. And speaking of which, you guys, I got to show this off. Rocking my Martin Luther King Day shirt. You guys can see. Pretty cool. The shirt's a little small on me, to be honest, but, and yeah, I appreciate everybody that's in here. Shout out to my guy, Casey. Hope you're doing well, man. Shout out to my guy, Cody. He says Suns Geek is famous in horror now. And speaking of that, I will actually upload that and show you guys. So if you guys know me, I'm a pretty big Chucky fan. I consider myself to be a pretty big Chucky fan. And the sci-fi TV company, whatever, television network, whatever it's called, my brain's not working. They reached out to me because I tweeted something out. And they're like, hey, can we use your tweet for our campaign? This is like back in December or something. I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, I'm a huge Chucky fan. I was like, use any of my tweets. And when season 3 was announced, just yesterday, I think, they put out a little like teaser for it. And as you can see, Cody, I'm going to lower your tweet here, but thank you so much for the awesome tweet. They featured my tweet. Check that out. Bam. It says, can't get enough of me, a-holes. The Chucky TV series reminds me why I'm a fan of this franchise. I hope we get a season 3. I really meant every word to that tweet too. I remember I was just watching an episode from season 2 and I was like, damn, this episode's so good. And I just tweeted that out and they featured it. So it's pretty cool. So shout out to Sci-Fi, USA Network, Chucky, Don Mancini, all them, Jennifer Tilly. Appreciate y'all featuring my awesome tweet. Anyways, okay, let's see who else is in here. I'm using a couple different monitors, so I'm all over the place. And like I said, I am kind of glancing over at the Cowboys Buccaneers game. Again, I'm not a huge football fan. I don't really care too much. I don't have a dog in this fight, if you will, but I do like good games, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a good game. So shout out to my guy, Cody. But don't forget to stretch before roundhouse kicking that like button. Smash that like button. In case he says if it has to do with Chucky, I'm going to make a video about it. Oh, man, I should start a second channel all about Chucky. I'd have to get my guy Cody on there. But all right, guys, let's go ahead and dive into this. And again, we're really just going to be talking about the first half. And what a first half it was. The Suns were scoring early. They were actually moving the ball for once, which is really nice. They were aggressive. They were attacking the rim. Torrey Craig got us started. Mikal Bridges had that nice little drop step, little spin move where he laid it up and in. Might have been an and one if I remember correctly. Then Dario hit a 3 right after that. Then right after a Memphis Grizzlies timeout, Mikal Bridges scored again. This was a really close game. I think it was like 13-7. I want to say the Suns were 6 for 6 to start the game. Dario had a nice little bounce pass. Ayton hit a nice mid-range shot after that. And then this game was full of runs. The Grizzlies went on a 10-0 run. But one thing that was really interesting is after that 10-0 run, the Suns went on a 12-0 run in a matter of under 2 minutes. 12-0 run in 2 minutes. That's freaking awesome. So we showed a lot of life and we showed a lot of potential. And keep in mind, you guys, no Devin Booker, no Chris Paul, no Cam Johnson, no Cam Payne, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to talk about injuries in a little bit too. Someone pointed this out too, that The Suns in the first quarter held the Grizzlies just to 12 points in the paint. By the way, the Grizzlies are leading the league in points in the paint. I think they might have been leading the league in points in the paint the past like few years. So that was pretty impressive. And they held them to only 3 free throw attempts in the first quarter. It was an incredible first quarter. I was tweeting out a lot during the first quarter. They had 10 assists. They had 20 assists at halftime. That is freaking awesome. And I know that Suns fans hate moral victories. I don't even know if moral victories count when you have your, Chris Paul and Devin Booker and all them out. But I'll take that first half as a moral victory. Like I kind of mentioned before, a lot of back and forth in the first half, trading buckets, fast breaks. Grizzlies just keep reminding the NBA why they're one of the best teams in the league. I'm going to talk about that later. Second half, Bridges had that beautiful up and under highlight, which we will kind of react to in a little bit. We'll actually watch it and everything. He had a nice driving and one play. But then all of a sudden, in the second half, the Grizzlies woke up. Taylor Jenkins made the right adjustments. Ja Morant was absolutely incredible. We're going to talk about him in a little bit. And the Grizzlies are just so deep, and they're just so well constructed. They have such a great young core. And again, they just kept reminding people why they're one of the best teams in the league. And I want to say maybe around the 8-minute mark of the third quarter is when this game got completely out of hand. It sucks too, because the Suns, they had like 70 points in the first half. The Grizzlies allowed 70 points in the first half. Now, I would say that the Suns also did that because they did, but does it really count when you're missing half your team? So the fact that the Grizzlies pretty much allowed 70 points in the first half, that's crazy. Now, again, they obviously kicked our fucking ass. I don't want to cuss too much because I think I'll get in trouble on YouTube, but they kicked our ass in the second half. But we really proved a lot, I thought, in the first half for the Phoenix Suns. How many times have I said first half in this show? You guys tell me. By the way, this was the 7th straight game for the Memphis Grizzlies where they've scored 120 plus points. It's like a franchise record for them. So we're going to go up and down the box score here. Let me refresh it too, because I think the game just ended. All right. Let's see here. Now, I want to make sure that there's nothing playing in the background. So I want to make sure that that's like completely off. I'll just, you know what? I'm not even going to show you guys the stats. I'll just read them to you. You're just going to have to listen. Okay. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. All right. Dario Sarge had a pretty nice game, all things considered. 23 minutes, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a few plays where he looked kind of nice. Was connecting with DeAndre Ayton on a few plays. Torrey Craig, kind of a rough game. Only 4 points. Didn't really do too much. Mikal Bridges showing some life after really going cold and struggling, throughout a lot of December and throughout January, throughout the most part. 21 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 8 for 16 from the field. DeAndre Ayton looked better, but I don't know how much time I really want to spend talking about DeAndre Ayton. He didn't really do anything this game that I can really analyze or break down necessarily. He's DeAndre Ayton. I could go on a whole rant, and yes, I'm very aware of the whole trade thing now that he's I don't want to waste my time right now on this live show talking about the Ayton trades, talking about how DeAndre Ayton played. He hit a couple mid-range shots. He did what he did out there, but still only finished with 5 rebounds because we're an absolutely terrible rebounding team. And I'm going to dive into that in a minute here. 18 points, 5 rebounds. He went 8 for 11 from the field. So I guess that's better than going 5 for 18 or whatever he went. Let's just read some comments here and we'll get to the rest of the show here. I think Wainwright, Biyombo, Sarge, Damian Lee, Saban Lee lineup might have been my least enjoyable NBA viewing experience this year, and I watch the Bulls every night. That's a burn. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. Han Sagan says tank down. Like Chuck said, once you lose it, you can't get it back. Don't show those stats. The ad demons will get you. Yeah, I'm never doing the share screen. You know, I'm not doing that anymore. Not after that one day when all those ads were playing. Let's see. Super Mario Hoop says Ayton played all right. It just doesn't ever feel like he can impact the game like a number one should when he's asked to do so. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's not like, besides the rebounding, it's not like he had like an absolutely terrible game like he did last game, which, by the way, he had a turnover last game, which was embarrassing. He looked more focused and engaged this game, but there's just really nothing to where I'm going to like sit down and analyze him. Like, Ayton did this very well. He did that very well, or he could improve in that. I'm not even going to. I don't know. Let's not focus on 5 rebounds, but him doing work, keeping Adams off the boards, which isn't easy to do, by the way. Steven Adams in this game, by the way, did have 9 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, 4 of them defensively, because, again, we're a terrible rebounding team, and DeAndre Ayton can't do it all. Geek, I'm dead serious. If we get the number 1 pick and James passes up on Wemby, what would you do? Okay, first off, we're not getting the number 1 pick, nor will we get close to getting the number 1 pick this year. But if that happened, if James Jones actually did that, I would fly to Phoenix. I would be rioting outside the arena. And I think half, if not every Suns fan would be as well. Seriously. They would be out there asking for him to resign. And he would, that would just be so embarrassing. That would just be terrible. Man. Anyways, all right. Let's react to some stuff here. Because, again, we're not going to be here very long. I want to watch this Cowboys-Buccaneers game. Oh, first off, you guys, one thing we will react to, Josh Okogie did get injured in this game. Prayers up to him. I think he got, like, hit in the nose. And I kind of wanted to go on a short little rant real quick. Somebody in my Twitter mentions blamed DeAndre Ayton for this. And he was like calling him names and all that. And I just think that that's childish and sad. And that makes Suns fans look bad. I blocked that person because someone showed me a few of his tweets. I guess he does this on a normal occasion. That's, if you've ever played basketball before, like, shit happens. You know what I mean? And we're going to react to Josh Okogie's injury here in a minute. Stuff happens on the basketball court. People fly into each other. He got hit in the nose. I guess he was bleeding, and he was out for the rest of the game. The Suns announced that. So thoughts and prayers to him. Come back soon. I even responded to a tweet saying that I think he's one of the most underrated players on the Phoenix Suns team this season. He's fantastic. He's been great for us. He had a couple threes in this game, too, if I remember correctly. Playing very well. So we're going to react to just his injury real quick. We won't spend too much time on this. Then we'll get to a few more plays. And then we'll probably get out of here because there's just really not too much to analyze. I'll probably talk about how good the Grizzlies are as well. If you haven't been paying attention, the Memphis Grizzlies are a really great basketball team. And including myself, we all should be watching the Memphis Grizzlies more because they're that good of a team. So let's go ahead. This is what happened to Josh Okogie here. Unfortunate, sadly. Oh, let me pause this. I don't want to get copyrighted. Here we go. So Ja flips it up, and I guess like it was Steven Adams' elbow or something. Somehow Ayton accidentally pushed him, or he might have flown into Ayton's elbow. It did not look good. He was down. You knew it. Looked like Torrey Craig might have kind of got landed awkwardly there too. So I hope that Josh Okogie's okay. That's always no fun. The elbow's the strongest bone in the body, by the way, and it looks like he definitely took some kind of an elbow. Yeah, I think it was DeAndre Ayton who hit him by accident. So again, I guess my rant here being is that just shit happens on the basketball court, and don't blame DeAndre Ayton for this. And I hope that Josh Okogie's okay. So, and again, it sucks because we just got Landry Shamet back. DeAndre Ayton's been back. It's like we're slowly but surely getting players back, and yet another Suns player goes down. So maybe we'll get face mask Josh Okogie soon. That'd be pretty awesome. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, at Suns Geek on YouTube. Go ahead and follow me, or just search Suns Geek and you'll find me. Okay, moving on. Let's react to. I was trolling a little bit here, but I'm also serious. This is a good example. Oops. Sorry, guys. One man show here. This is a good example of how bad the Suns rebounding is this season. And by the way, there's a lot of miscommunications this game, a few like missed opportunities with some passes where it's like, you know, we'll use Damian Lee, for example. Like there's one play where Bridges was trying to find him and Damian Lee was supposed to cut to the corner and he didn't. The ball flew out of bounds. A little bit of miscommunications there. So here is an example of how bad the Suns rebounding is this season. Check this out. Can you guys see this okay? Let me know if you guys can see this okay. So Dylan Brooks takes the ball up, misses. Steven Adams gets the ball. 3 Phoenix Suns down there, and guys are just looking around. DeAndre Ayton just stood there. Steven Adams had all the time in the world just to dribble and put it back up. And then before I went live, there was one play where I forgot who shot the ball, but it was Biyombo alone. Biyombo jumped up and almost grabbed it. I give Biyombo credit, but 3 Grizzlies closed in for the rebound. And I'm like, that's also the Suns rebounding in a nutshell. And I understand there's probably been some teams throughout NBA history that aren't great at rebounding that have probably went to the finals or won a championship. I don't have like actual facts or stats on that, and I think like the Suns are like a middle of the pack rebounding team. But this is just like a common thing. We just suck at rebounding. Like guys just don't even go in and try to rebound the ball. And that was just a couple of things that I noticed throughout this game, man. Again, Suns had 21st assists in the first half. Let's watch Mikal Bridges' say that 5 times fast. Mikal Bridges, awesome play here. It's just a quick play, just from a short little angle. I can hear my dogs trying to break into my room. We're going to react to Mikal Bridges' play real quick. All right, here we go. Check this out. Nice ball movement from Dario right there. Bridges just flies in, goes up and under. He got the and one, I think. But nice pass there from Dario. Nice cut from Bridges. And that's what we need more of from Mikal Bridges, is cutting, attacking the basket. You know, that was just a nice play right there, man. And we saw a few plays like that, especially in the first half, like nice ball movement plays, Suns attacking the basket. Again, the Suns had a really great first half. I will give them credit. But the second half, man, we just got our asses kicked. Not sure. Did I see anything else? Oh, yeah. Then there was that Jaren Jackson Jr. play. I don't even want to show you guys that one. Just go to my Twitter and check it out. Basically, Jaren Jackson Jr. was shooting a free throw. And I don't know how, like, if it was Craig or if it was DeAndre Ayton, somehow they got tangled up with somebody. Jaren Jackson Jr. just flew in there, got his own board, put it back, and I think it was another and one. That's just how bad of a second half it was. And I just want to talk about the Grizzlies now, to be honest. I'm going to go to the Suns Twitter real quick to see if there's any other plays we can break down. No, that's really it. Pretty much everything I showed you is pretty much what was uploaded to Twitter. Ish Wainwright had kind of a cool play where Ja Morant was running a fast break, and I think it was like a 4-on-3, and Ja went at Ish, and Ish pretty much intercepted him and then chucked it to Bridges for the nice fast break dunk. But before I talk about the Grizzlies, let's just get to some comments. And then we'll wrap it up at like the 25-minute mark. I don't want to waste any more of your guys' time. Sawbuck says, what a fun small window it was. Yeah, we definitely had a small window there in that first half. Every team looks like a great basketball team compared to this year's Suns. Oh, God. Okogie starting to play too fresh to stay healthy this year. Grizzlies have better depth than the Suns. Look how much fun they're having while we're stuck in a crisis. This was the last straw for James Jones. We are screwed with a small window. I don't know about, I mean, I agree with the Grizzlies being a very deep team. They definitely are. So are the Pelicans. So are a lot of other teams out there. I don't think this is the last straw for James Jones. Don't believe all this Twitter negativity that you read, Andrew. That's just my personal opinion. Let's see here. This would have been good if James Jones actually cared about the draft. Yeah, oh God, James Jones in the draft, man. I joked with somebody on Twitter because we were talking about Desmond Bane. I was like, I made a video about Desmond Bane a couple of years ago. James Jones must have not watched it. I was joking and everything, but James Jones he doesn't even care about the draft. And I've made video. I remember making a video a long time ago, talking about James Jones's draft. The way he goes about it is just strange, and it's frustrating. I will say, I know a lot of you aren't happy with James Jones right now, but the way he goes about the draft, it's bad. So I will agree with you guys on that. All right, let's talk about the Grizzlies. Then we're going to get out of here. As I mentioned, 7th straight game of 120 plus points. I don't even know what the final score was tonight. 136 to 106. Oh my God. We lost by 30. They've won now 10 in a row because of course they have. And of course that 10th win would come against the Phoenix Suns. They've won now 16 out of their last 20. They're 30-13. Their last loss was in Memphis, December 27th, when the Phoenix Suns crushed them. That was the last time they lost. That's how good of a team they are. Some notable wins that they've had. They haven't had like the hardest schedule, but they haven't had the worst schedule either. They beat the Pelicans, the Kings, the Jazz, and the Pacers. Those are just a few notable wins. So not like the toughest schedule, but they're pretty damn good. I mean, it's hard to win in this league. They're number 11 in offensive rating, number 1 in defensive rating. We saw that tonight. They're like 2nd in net rating, I think, and 4th in pace. They're number 1 in rebounding. They're number 1 in points in the paint. And they're just really damn good. They are loaded. Even some of their younger guys, like what's his name? Like Santi, I can't pronounce his name. Like I don't even want to butcher his name. He's really good. Adama, you guys know who I'm talking about. David Roddy's been playing well for them. I know Kenny Lofton Jr. has been balling in the G League. Oh, let's talk about Ja Morant. Oh my God. I mean, I don't want to go over too many of the stats and keep wasting your guys' time. Ja Morant, 27 minutes. He did all this in 27 minutes. 29 points, 7 assists, 5 for 8 from 3. And as Grant Hill pointed out in the broadcast, the Suns pretty much dared him to shoot threes. And he's like, okay, I got this. 5 threes. If Ja Morant can unlock that 3-point shot like consistently, it's over. It's over for the league. He's just so damn good. You guys saw all the highlight plays tonight, the dunks. He had arguably the dunk of the year, like what, yesterday or the other day? When he dunked on former Phoenix Sun, greatest Suns power forward of all time to some people, Jalen Smith. But it's not just Ja Morant, man. I mean, yeah, like he's like the heart and soul of the Grizzlies, but Desmond Bane was playing at an all-star, borderline all-star level before he went injured, and he's been playing pretty well for them this month. Jaren Jackson Jr. is in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation, and he's really damn good. We saw a lot of that tonight. Who who else? I mean, Steven Adams. They're just got so many good guys. So I think that's it. I'll just get to a couple more comments. That's all I really wanted to say. I kind of wanted the show to go about 30 minutes, and I'm not going to waste too much more of you guys' time. So I'll just get to a couple quick comments here. Let's see. More times than not, the coach is first. Sorry, I can't read. More times than not, the coach is the first to go. Management gets a bit more time because that's how really how cultures are. I could see Monty getting fired after this year if the struggles continue. Especially in football. As much as I don't know about football, I do know that coaches always go first. I remember Josh said we good in the West, and they lost 3 straight immediately, then played a team in the East, got their mojo back, and haven't looked back since. Exactly. Yeah, everyone was like trolling them, and now they're responding to that. Also, one thing I like about this Grizzlies team is like they, for the most part, they like stay together. Like they are building that team, and like whoever is on that roster is pretty much on that roster. I'm not saying guys can't be traded or flipped or whatever, but like they pretty much got their core, and they're like, this is who we're riding with. You know what I mean? And I think that's like Greg Popovich was talking about that. And then Rick Carlisle, I can't say his name. He was praising them, saying they're one of the best teams on the planet right now. I think Desmond Bane is going to retire a Hall of Famer. Not sure if that's bold, not considering he's still young, but I'll stay on that bandwagon. He's solid, you guys. I've made a video about him on this channel. It was a long time ago, but I made a video about him. So, Logan, appreciate you being here, man. I'm about to get out of here in a few minutes and enjoy the rest of my Monday night and enjoy this Cowboys-Bucks game. Looks like the Cowboys are up 6-0 right now, end of the first. You didn't really miss too much, Logan. I pretty much just analyzed the good things about this game. I broke down a few plays and things that I saw that I was posting on Twitter, and I pretty much ranted about how great the Grizzlies are. So you didn't miss too much. If you guys are watching afterwards, smash that like button, subscribe. But yeah, guys, I'm out of here. That's pretty much it. I will end the show on this, though, as Tad brings up right here. We are only 2 games out of the 6th seed. That's how crazy the Western Conference is right now. But what sucks is I think we're the 12th seed right now. So realistically, how crazy the Western Conference is if the Suns somehow won like 5 games straight and a few of these like 6 to 10 seed teams lost, we probably would jump to 6th or 5th. But the West is just so loaded and we keep losing. So hopefully Devin Booker and Chris Paul come back soon. We did get an update on Cam Johnson. He's definitely coming back soon. I made a whole video about that. And I analyzed the good things from this game, which is why it was a short stream. Yeah, I mean, 24 minutes were played in the first half. I pretty much went live for 24 minutes in a way because the rest of this was just answering comments and oh boy. Yeah. Anyways, what was I talking about? I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. Get healthy, Phoenix Suns. Just get healthy. I remember when Suns Geek made all those wonderful draft videos before James Jones drafted Jalen Smith. I love it. That's so good. Oh, damn. You know what? In all fairness, though, to Jalen Smith, he did get drafted before we got Chris Paul. But you can definitely tell that James Jones kind of messed that one up. And it's not even just Tyrese Halliburton. Like, again, it's like Desmond Bane and like so many other great players from that draft class. Poor Jalen Smith, man. Poor Phoenix Suns. Logan says insane. Just get healthy. Exactly. Just get healthy. And I think we will be okay, guys. W stream still, though. Healthy Booker and everything gets resolved. Praying for that. Suns Geek. I finally figured it out tonight. Suns play every game like they're scared. We don't play defense. We don't grab boards. Feels like the Suns are just watching the game like the rest of us. I just remember, guys, I'm not trying to make too many excuses here. Just remember, like, we are a completely different team when we are at least 90% healthy. I mean, someone brought it up earlier. We had like Saban Lee, Damian Lee, Bismack, Jock out there. Like, we got like bench guys and third stringers, with all due respect to them. I mean, they're professional athletes. They would kick all of our asses on a basketball court, but you guys get my point. And we're competing against a pretty much fully healthy, just won 10 in a row, deep Grizzlies team. I'm not trying to make too many excuses. We suck right now. We're injured. There's no chemistry. And even when we get healthy, it's going to take a few games to get in rhythm. But if we can do what we did in that first half for like 3, you know what I mean? Like for 4 quarters, pretty much 40 out of 48 minutes. If we can do what we did in that first half, we might actually win a game. I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. I love you guys. You're all awesome. Go enjoy the rest of your Monday. Be kind to people. Love people. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world. It's going to be okay, Suns fans. I promise you. You heard it first on this channel. It's going to be okay. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to get fully healthy. And we're going to look like that Phoenix Suns team that was winning at the start of the year. So, yeah, I love you guys. Leave me all your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below after the show. Check out all my other videos. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm out of here. God bless. Peace out. And whenever I can find it, go Suns.